show Thursday, December 18th. Christmas is coming, and I'm excited. I love Christmas time. It's a good time to spend with the fam. But I want to get to the show, and just a quick reiteration of yesterday. I made a couple points about fighting and about helmets and about how now the media is making a big deal about the fact that Don Sanderson is in a coma and everything else. I just wanted to say one other thing. If we're gonna say that he can't fight within a sport, and I want you to understand, when guys are fighting, it's not like bare knuckle street fighting. It's not like you can plant yourself and deck a guy. I mean, it happens, but it's pretty rare. Most of the time, what's happening is you're getting jostled, you're moving around, you're off balance, you're on skates, and that's why you don't see the big haymaker guy gets knocked out all that often, because you're moving around. It's very difficult to keep your balance. So I just wanted to say that. And the other thing I wanted to say is, the odds of a guy dying in a fight, even if it does happen, I don't think they should do a thing. And the reason why is, there's a bigger chance that George the Rock is going to get in a car accident on the way home from practice and die than he is ever getting in a fight and dying.
Just on the dropout buses, hitching a ride with the bleeding noses, coming to town.
So there's Todd Bertuzzi's first goal in a bloody well lifetime. It's a nice goal. I'm a Todd Bertuzzi fan, so I'm happy to see him get a goal, and I'm sure Calgary fans are very happy to see him finally get a goal. Well, it was a T-ball game tonight between Toronto and Boston. Huge 8-goal second period. Thomas was not his usual self, although the Leafs got a couple really weird bounces go their way. And, I mean, Boston just scored some nice goals, some nice shots. The third goal for Dave Krejci for his hat-trick was a beauty setup by Savard. Fingers had a rough couple of games. He had another tough one tonight, and things didn't really go his way. Van Ryan, don't really know what the status is on him yet, but he took a hit from Lucic, and he cut his head just above his right eye here, but he looked wobbly, like he looked like it was concussion stuff. So another guy that, like, the doctors just don't know how to diagnose it. I mean, they just don't know how. I mean, I'm convinced of it. It's too complicated for them at this point. So yeah, it was an interesting game. At least the Leafs made it interesting. They always make it fun to watch. They play hard right till the end, and they made it a close game, so can't complain too much. They lost to a very good hockey team in Boston, where they haven't lost in a long time. And it was a crazy game. 3 goalie switches, and really Fernandez shut the door, and he was the difference in the third period. And other than that, it was a fun game to watch, so it'll be interesting to see what happens Saturday. Talk about Brian Burke, and I guess he's being pretty open about talking about what he wants to do with the team, talking about the fact that after the roster freeze, we could see moves very quickly, and it looks like he wants some more size. They do have some smaller guys. They have a couple big guys, but they're not as big as they used to be, for sure. The Leafs used to be a very big team, if you remember, especially pre-lockout and even post-lockout for a couple of years. They were pretty big. He also wants to get a tough guy or a couple sort of mid-level tough guys, but he wants guys that can play hockey. But I guess it's interesting. It takes us into our next segment on the trade front, because it looks like there's some stuff brewing with, especially with the Canadian teams. Jen's untouchable, but after that, anybody's, I guess, tradable. The only other guy personally I wouldn't move is Jeremy Williams. I want to see what this guy can do. If this guy plays 40 odd games this year, I'd like to see what he can do before you up and trade him. He's a young guy. He's 24 years old. Ottawa, with all the hoopla, you know, surrounding them, I guess they had higher expectations than this. I mean, they've gotten rid of their top 2 defensemen are gone. Chara was the first mistake, and at the time I didn't think it was a mistake. Wade Redden was playing very good hockey, and a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you know, you're stupid, you thought Wade Redden." People forget Wade Redden, and I'm not saying it's because his mom died, but after his mom died a couple of summers ago or whatever, he just hasn't been the same. And I'm not saying it's because of that, but around that time, whatever it was, whether it was that or something else, he just has not been the same since. He hasn't been the same dominant player that he was. And at the time, I thought keeping him was a great move. And at the time, I think it still was. I still stand by it. he was a better defenseman than Chara at the time. Chara in the playoffs, particularly against Toronto, looked bad. And but Redden's play just completely deteriorated after that. And now New York's trying to get out of his contract. But the Senators have no D. That's the bottom line. They have no defense. Their defense is poor. Brian Murray quoted as saying, "I've talked to other managers about making a trade with high-impact players," which to me indicates that Jason Spezza is big-time possibly being shopped. Personally, he's a Toronto boy. I'd like to see him in Leaf uniform. I don't think we will, but I think a guy who gets 92 points making 7 a year, I don't see anything wrong with that. Vancouver's willing to pay a point-a-game guy 10 who's 38 years old. Gomez is making 10. He's never got more than 68 points. Drury's getting 10. He's never got more than 70-something points. I mean, he's a clutch guy, but I mean, $7 million for a 92-point player. I don't understand the big hoopla. Like, I'd take him in Toronto any day of the week. He's young. He's got zip. He'd be perfect a high-impact forward. Bring him in. I don't see what's the big hoopla about his salary. Big deal. He's more than a point-a-game guy. Can somebody explain to me why everybody's getting so freaked out about the Oilers? I mean, did anyone expect this team to be a contender? I mean, the bulk of their second-tier scoring is all really young players. Even Penner, for all intents and purposes, is pretty bloody young. I mean, I don't understand why everybody thinks this team was supposed to be unbelievable. I had them picked to squeak into 8th. I thought they'd make a little bit of progress, but guys, I mean, and the media getting all freaked out. Like, guys, this is exactly what I expected. I mean, this is who we thought they were. You know, I don't understand why everybody's freaking out about the Oilers. So, I mean, do we have trading partners? Ottawa, Edmonton, Toronto? Well, it looks like Matt Sundin's a Canuck, much to a lot of people's surprise. Myself included, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little surprised. I thought he'd go to New York, but I guess in the end, Vancouver had the cap room so he could get paid. And I guess because of how things are prorated, they actually still have a bit of room for up to, I guess, a $6 million type guy at the deadline. Even with that, though, I found it on the radio, and I was on the way to the grocery store, and I told a guy when I was in there, he had a Canucks hat on, and he kind of lit up like, oh, the savior. And I kind of went, you know, I thought to myself, dude, as much as I want to say, hey, yeah, the Canucks are going to win, because I want them to win and I'll be rooting for them, it's just not going to happen. It's just, the West is too deep, and it'd be way too hard for them to win the Cup. And the other side of it, too, $10 million this year. I mean, it's prorated on a 38-year-old guy, point-a-game player. As a fan, if I was a fan of the team, as a semi-fan of the team, as a Canadian team, I would have rather Gillis taken that $10 million and gotten a couple of players. Brian Rolston was out there. He went for $5 million. I mean, and he's awesome. He's big. He does a lot of the same things Sundin does. So I just don't understand the logic behind it. Rolston's won cups as well. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? I just don't get it. But anyway, I'm rooting for them. Hopefully they do win something this year. But like I said, it's going to be real tough. Those 4 Canadian teams, there could be a lot of stuff happening in the near future. So there's a lot of rumor mills. Give us an email what you think either Ottawa should do, if Spezza should go, Edmonton, Toronto. Let us know what you think. But man, a lot of trade rumors are going to be surfacing after Christmas. It could get pretty crazy. I had to do this. Bosch's Brick House.
Hello? I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl who looked good, I would call her. Wish I had a rabbit in a hat with a bat and a 6'4" parlor. I wish I was like 6'9", so I can get with Leoshi, cause she don't know me, but yo, she's really fine. You know,
every time a guy gets booed in Toronto who plays basketball, he whines and cries and has to leave. He's gonna jet when his contract is done. I'm calling it now. I talked about the Raphael Furcal, the shortstop that the JP Ricciardi was after for the Jays. He is now a Dodger, 3 years, $30 million. Wow, that is a lot of money for a guy like that. I mean, he's a good ball player, but for the Jays, I mean, it's just a depth guy. I mean, I think McDonald's a damn good shortstop. I don't see why they need Furcal anyway. They got Hill coming back next year, and they got Scudero and these guys. I don't see why they even needed him, and at that kind of money, you can take him.
To my senses, like quick, got sick to my stomach, overcome it by thoughts of me and her together, right? So when I asked her out, she said I wasn't a type. I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a ball.